Hello, hello, and welcome to Earth Rose Tarot. I'm here to do the Aquarius general love reading. How are you doing, my lovely Aquas? Thank you so much for tuning in and for supporting the channel. And if you're brand new, then so glad to have you here, and you're extremely welcome. So this is going to be your general love reading. Now it's going to be your April 2021 reading of when I'm doing it, but just to let you know, I'm kind of just going to reiterate that with time being fluid in tarot, this doesn't necessarily have to play out in this month of April. And rather than the last question in your spread, it was previously what's happening for you this month, I'm changing up to what's happening in the near future. So when you come across this reading, it might be in the next few weeks for you, in the next month, or a little bit longer than that. So just to bear in mind, don't get too fixated on the fact that it is April. So now this is going to be for my Aquarius' Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Cross watchers, you're always also welcome, but please bear in mind that everything I'm saying, it is technically directed to Aquarius, and it might not be your Aquarius I'm talking about, so please don't get offended if it doesn't feel like the messages are what you want to hear or what is settling well with you. That being said, it is a general love reading. It's not going to resonate with every Aquarius out there, but I do hope it resonates for you and you find it useful or enjoyable at least. And as it is a general reading, you might find that some parts resonate and others don't, so just take what is useful and leave the rest. So I'm going to start with getting some general messages for you, Aquarius, and then we'll go into a full spread. So for my lovely Aquariuses in love, please, what messages do you have to give me first of all for Aquarius? Let's get some. Oh, okay, lovely. What else for Aquarius, please? Okay. Oh my goodness, so many wands. I'm gonna get a couple more for Aquarius, please. Aquarius in love, more yet wands, and maybe one more for Aquarius. One more for my Aquarius in love. Thank you so much. Interesting, those two have come out together. Wow, what a combination. Okay, so far we have the 3, 5, Page and 6 of Wands, and then the Justice and the Queen of Swords together. So now, some of you could be dealing with a fire sign or have fire placement in your chart with so many wands here, but what we're looking at, so 3 of Wands can talk about taking every step necessary towards your future that you want, also really focused on moving forward, what is ahead of you, not looking behind you anymore. You're really focused on your future. You've turned your back on anything that was in your past. 3 of Wands can sometimes talk about waiting, but this 3 of Wands, she's not waiting anymore. She's kind of going for it. She's going for the future that she wants. She's really pursuing her dreams, what she sees in the distance. She's going for it. So and we've got the 5 of Wands, which talks about some sort of conflict, can be arguments, petty disagreements, clashes of ego, can talk about inner conflict as well, and it can be competition. So we'll get some clarification on that. Now with the Page of Wands, this is definitely can be definitely a messenger, but it can be kind of flirtatious in terms of a love reading, something exciting, maybe a new spark that is starting as well. The Page of Wands is often something new starting up. That could be what you're focused on moving towards, or your focus is on moving ahead, and as a result, something new is also sparking your interest. And we have the 6 of Wands, which is, it is victory and also having your value recognized, and really being admired, getting a lot of attention as well. So with the 5 and the 6 of Wands here, I mean, it does feel like you're progressing. Maybe this 5 of Wands is what you're kind of leaving behind, maybe some conflict with somebody, you're kind of getting out of that, moving into a time that's going to be more of like, I am going for my success, my victory. Really, I feel this very like go-getter, passionate attitude, maybe passionate about moving forward, leaving some sort of conflict behind, maybe receiving messages and getting someone's, you've gained someone's attention. Now, this combination that came out lastly, the Justice card and the Queen of Swords, so Libra energy. And the Queen of Swords is obviously air, so it can be also Gemini and Libra, but I really feel like this is you here, Aquarius. Now, this is quite a strong combination. In general, I would say if I saw this in, a love reading, I would say that we're looking here at kind of like a divorce that may be finally you're kind of gaining some sort of victory or success or some sort of justice in the court case or in the divorce case. There might be some sort of settlement or some sort of fight. I don't really know much about divorces, so I don't want to sound ridiculous or say the wrong thing here, but there might be some sort of final agreement being made about it or something, because the Queen of Swords is certainly, of all the queens in the deck, she is the divorcee. She's in this particular deck, I'm using 3 different ones, but in this one she is especially done with anyone's shit, pardon my language, and she's has been wronged in some way, and she's not taking anyone's bullshit anymore. Now, if that's nothing to do with a marriage that has come to an end, or someone dealing with a divorce, it is just doesn't even have to be necessarily a commitment. It could just be a situation with someone where you may have felt like you were done wrong or treated unfairly. Again, this could be talking about the 5 of Wands, that the arguments, the conflict. And here with the Justice card, it does seem like you are actually getting what you're deserved. It's kind of like you are actually getting both the recognition and kind of the karmic rebalancing in your favor, I want to say here, Aquarius, considering that's come out with your card. But yeah, and both this Justice and the Queen of Swords both have their swords pointing up, which does talk about communication as well. But I really don't feel like this is the same communication. I mean, maybe it's just talking about, you're now talking about with someone else with this Page of Wands, but I feel like this Page of Wands is someone new, and this situation is kind of being wrapped up. There may still be communication going on, but it's kind of going to be something you're going to feel like it's like a victory, what is happening here. So let's get some clarification. Let's see what this bottom of the deck. Oh, beautiful. Exactly. The Fool at the bottom of the deck. So this is talking about leaping towards a new beginning, taking that step towards your new life, new chapter. It's also kind of giving me the similar feel. You see how both of them are very much focused on their destination, on moving forward and a new start. So interesting. Let's get some clarification. Why is the 3 of Wands here, please? But I've already shuffled it away, so I can't show you it again. But I was actually noticing how in the back of this 3 of Wands card, she's actually leaving some sort of the house, or some sort of city or something is there in the background, but she's actually kind of she's often on her journey, but it's almost leaving that in behind her. Whereas the Fool card, this was actually situated right in the gaze of the Fool. So for some of you, you may actually be moving to a new city, or moving home, or leaving something significant behind, maybe a house, or somewhere, even just the home you thought you were going to have with someone, and very much focused on a brand new home, a new place to live for some of you. So why is the 3 of Wands here, please, for Aquarius? Why is the 3 of Wands here? Thank you. Interesting, the Hierophant. So card of Taurus. Now the Hierophant talks about higher levels of commitment. So I mean, it does also talk about people's beliefs, and faith, learning, a higher education as well. So maybe you are, I don't get the feel like this is talking about the commitment side of things. That sometimes the Hierophant can be like a kind of sense of tradition and union. I'm kind of getting a sense that it's more about learning. You may be developing your skills or learning something new to be able to actually get the future that you want. Some of you might be entering some sort of high level of education, or taking some sort of course or something to develop your knowledge, so that you can really go after the future that you want. So why is the 5 of Wands here, please? Straight away, wow, 4 of Pentacles. So this conflict that you've been dealing with has maybe left you feeling like you need to protect yourself, maybe even quite closed off, maybe even feeling like you need to be careful with money, and you're needing to protect your resources, your money. You feel quite, it's like this conflict has left you feeling vulnerable. Now that could be also emotionally, and you could be feeling like holding back a lot because of that. Sorry, the Page of Swords, that was just me dropping it, to be fair. So let's see if it's supposed to come out, it'll come out again, trust me. Why is the Page of Wands here, please, for Aquarius? Why is the Page of Wands here for Aquarius? What's this Page of Wands? Thank you. Oh, the Chariot, fantastic. So the Chariot is a card of Cancer, but it is essentially victorious forward movement. It is overcoming obstacles. I'm seeing a lot of really moving on dramatically, kind of like really assertively, and no holding back, really passionate to, yeah, maybe even this conflict you're experiencing in the past or recently, or that you are at the moment, you're going to be coming out of, has made you feel like holding back a lot. Maybe even you were conflicted, and that's what's caused you to hold back, but no more. I mean, the other flip side of this could be that you want to reach out and message somebody, and you're really going to go for it. You may even want to message about traveling to see them. I am getting this sense of movement. This could be someone messaging you as well, as with the Page of Wands, saying that they want to come and visit you or something like that. Now, with this Three of Wands and Hierophant card, if it's not a sense of, gaining high learning to progress yourself towards your future, the other thing I'm seeing is it could be taking steps to, obviously, to sort of go towards a high level of commitment, or someone wants to do that with you. But I was just getting the sense that there was something kind of new starting, so that might be a little bit what's the word, preemptive to say that about a high level of commitment, but we'll see what comes up. So I also see that someone is ending or has ended some sort of connection, and that has really bruised their heart. So that's why I'm getting a sense of it may just be like a fresh start for you at the moment. But yeah, you could be getting a message for someone who really wants to pursue you as well, Aquarius. So why is the Six of Wands here, please? Why is the Six of Wands? Two cards, minor and major arcana version of victory, by the way, so that's really good. Six of Wands, the Emperor. Wow. So the Emperor is Aries energy. I mean, the Emperor is a leader, and he is very much in charge. The Six of Wands, I mean, both of these cards are actually depicting kind of warriors. So it's almost like you've may have been through a battle, and now you are victorious. But the Emperor can also speak about if you have caught someone's attention and they're really admiring you, then it would be the divine masculine is a very significant person to have caught their eye, but can also be a little bit how can I put this, reserved, and you see how his sword is pointing not just down but stuck into a stone. He's very much like he does things his way or the highway kind of thing. So let me get another one. Why is this Emperor here, please? Why is the Emperor here for Aquarius? Why is the Emperor here? Why the Emperor for Aquarius, please? Thank you. The Queen of Wands. Wow. Yet more Wands energy. It's fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like this is you here, Aquarius. For most of you, it's essentially there's a lot of fire. Look, I mean, I was already saying that with all those Wands at the start, but the Emperor is, as I said, Aries. But the Queen of Wands, she gets attention, she gets noticed. She's very attractive and magnetic. Now, when I see these two cards next to each other, I do, funnily enough, it always makes me think of a bit of an ego clash as well, because the Emperor is like, it's my way or the highway. The Queen of Wands is also that as well, but not that that's necessarily a negative thing. It's just like she's very passionate and confident and like self-assured, that it's like she doesn't, it's, how can I put this? She doesn't hesitate or necessarily always be the most sensitive to other people's kind of needs or requirements. She's more like, it's just, she's in her, feeling her power. Now there's nothing wrong with that, and I think we all go through those stages of embodying that energy. So I'm just saying that this to me speaks of an ego clash, and it's funny because we already had the Five of Wands, which can mean exactly that, but it's kind of like, if you have been experiencing this with somebody who you already recognize as represented by this Emperor, who's can be quite stubborn or stuck in their ways, then you would be having a victory over them here, Aquarius. It's kind of like, now if it's not that, if it has nothing to do that you've already actually had a bit of conflict with this person, then I just feel like you have caught the eye of an Emperor who is a very significant, strong male energy, you know, very can be very traditional as well, I would say, with the Hierophant. So let's carry on. Why is the Justice and the Queen of Swords here, please? Why the Justice and the Queen of Swords? Oh, I've got two. Oh, in my head I was like, I wonder if the Ten of Swords is going to come out. I need to say these things out loud. And then the Wheel of Fortune. So yes, this is absolutely, it's talking about a massive ending of some sort of connection. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune, I don't see this as something that's therefore coming back around, as I might say in other things. This is something that came to an end, whether that was a marriage, a committed relationship, or just a situationship, or whatever we call it these days. I'm not really down with the kids, but whatever. It was a connection that ended. This Ten of Swords can talk about a betrayal as well, of someone who you felt like was your closest confidant, and someone who would never actually let you down. And as a result of that betrayal, it's very painful. It can talk about heartbreak, but it's just a very painful ending. And this is what I was saying with that Justice and the Queen of Swords. But the thing is, the Wheel of Fortune talks about things turning in your favor. And I think I said that as well. It's like this victorious, you're getting kind of what you deserve, karmic balancing. It's like you may have, again, this is shouting to me, the Justice card, essentially that you were wronged, and you maybe experienced something that really felt very painful, unfair, just not right at all. And now the timing, the wheel has turned, justice is in action. Someone I feel like you were dealing with is, you know, things are being balanced karmically here, and as a result you're getting, you know, your rewards, your victory, massive victory here. So at the bottom of the deck, I see, there you go. I said if he wanted to come out, he would show up again. There he is, Page of Swords. So interesting. Now the Page of Swords can of course talk about someone keeping an eye on you. I do feel like you've caught someone's eye with this Six of Wands, Queen of Wands energy, as I was already talking about. The Page of Swords can also interestingly talk about finding out more, like a researcher, finding new information, new ways of doing things, exploring as well. And I was getting that here with this Hierophant of like learning more before, you know, taking the next step. It's kind of almost like I'm getting a sense of adventure, maybe a new lease, you know, lease on life, or maybe a sense of freedom as well with that Fool card, to really go after the future you want now. It's kind of like you're free. I feel like you're free because of this messy, horrible, painful situation. Is actually, there's some sort of closure and at the same time victory. So, oh, Aquarius, let's go into your spread. Give that a bit of a pre-shuffle. So in the spread itself, I'm going to be asking 12 questions, and they are directed about you and the person that you have on your mind whilst watching the reading. Now, if you don't really have anyone on your mind, it might be a new energy coming in. I'm just going to read what the cards give me. feel free to reverse the roles throughout. So if I'm saying this is how one person feels, you can flip it. That's absolutely fine. What else? Oh yeah, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment if you enjoyed this or if it resonated, especially I love to hear. And please do like the video, that would mean a lot to me. And also I'm going to be doing a bonus love reading for whichever sign gets the most likes this month. So definitely hit like. Okay, so for my Aquariuses, please, can we get the spread, the top 12 cards for Aquarius? Okay, let's go. Okay. There you go. It's that Queen of Swords. Three of Wands again. The Five of Wands again, straight after each other. Interesting. Okay. Wow, beautiful. I love the position of that one. Okay, cool. So at the bottom of the deck, Aquarius, we have the Two of Swords. So this can talk about a kind of stuck stalemate energy as well. This could have been the kind of the cause of this, that conflict that I was seeing, because it could be this, yeah, a stalemate that you might be in with someone else, maybe due to too many crosswords that have been had already, or due to people's pride getting involved, or this kind of thing. That's the ego side I was talking about. If it's not about stalemate, this is obviously the card of needing to make some sort of decision and trying to avoid it, or knowing that you're going to have to make this decision based on your intuition and not what is necessarily in front of you, because you may not be seeing things clearly. So let's see what's going on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's funny, I said you may not be seeing things clearly. Look at that. As I said that, I thought of the Seven of Cups, and here it is straight away. So the Seven of Cups, yeah, it's in this card, it's basically describing needing to, showing needing to choose a cup, needing to choose an option sometimes, and that option doesn't have to be different options of people. It could just be whether to talk to somebody or whether to reconcile, or etc. And not knowing if you're seeing things clearly. Are you actually getting a cup of love, or are you going to get your hand bitten off by a snake? It is a sense of illusion, confusion about this choice. Also, it's funny with this it's not funny, but the Seven of Cups here, it's interesting to note that the person is holding up a mask to look through to make their choice. So that can also, to me, it speaks about a sense of maybe even self-dishonesty. Or the other thing, it can be like making a choice through rose-tinted glasses, maybe allowing our feelings about somebody to make some sort of, influence our choice, is what I'm trying to say. And the fact that this figure is holding a skull in their hand as well, it reminds me of the Death card, and how this choice will involve a great transformation. So let's see. Yes, and there, I think that is the nature of the choice here with this Eight of Cups. So it's just behind that. You see how the progression as well from the 7 to the 8. The choice, it may well be whether to walk away from someone for good, maybe to turn your back on them completely. Now this particular Eight of Cups, he hasn't actually gone yet. He's just sat there contemplating walking away. His back is turned to the emotions that maybe were once there, or maybe are still there, but he's trying to avoid bearing those in mind now. It's kind of like maybe even trying to make this choice kind of from like an inner knowing, and not about the feelings that may still be there for somebody, but really knowing what they want for their future path. And that is why I think this is why this decision is so difficult. So at the bottom of the deck, oh my goodness, we have the Judgment card. So this is a massive decision. As much as it could be, do I walk away from someone for good? It could also be, do I actually resurrect this connection with someone if that offer is presented, or if there is an opportunity to do so. But it is also, I feel like it is like a rebirth, the Judgment card. It can be like a new life. So I feel like this is a major, I haven't actually seen the Two of Wands yet, but I'm getting this kind of like crossroads energy of, you know, that stepping into a whole new life. And that is a big decision, certainly. So what else? Yeah, so we've got the Two of Cups here. So that is intense. The Two of Cups is talking about a soulmate connection. Now, soulmates doesn't have to be, you have to stay with them. Absolutely not. We can have multiple soulmates in each of our lives, and some of them are there to teach us lessons, and some of them are there to do so, but also to stick around for the long term. So I feel like this may be also why the decision is so hard, as I said, because how you're thinking at the moment might deeply be influenced by the fact that you still feel very connected to this person, very tied to them, and still maybe have a lot of love for them. So let's see. Okay, the Four of Swords. Again, it's this Four of Swords is obviously a card of not communicating and needing to heal from heartbreak. In fact, it is a time of kind of not being ready to speak. You may not feel ready to actually make some sort of final decision as yet about this. So, or that could be, obviously everything I'm saying could be the energy of the person you're dealing with as well. But let's go into get the second layer straight away. Just going to give this a good shuffle because I used it at the beginning. So for my Aquarius, please, can we clarify? With the top 12 cards, can we clarify what is already laid out? Oh, come here. That was the Seven of Wands that flipped inside the deck. Seven of Wands is already on the spread, just to flag that to you. So, okay, I've got the Five of Pentacles there as well. So maybe someone left you out in the cold, Aquarius, or left you unsupported when you needed them. Maybe, yeah, could be, oh my goodness, I've got the King of Cups flying out, so that's water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but let me carry on. So we can get the top 12 cards, please, for Aquarius. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Two of Cups again, the Fool again. Huh. Yeah. Page of Pentacles for a second time on the spread. Oh, okay. Oh, the King of Pentacles for a second time as well. All right, interesting. So at the bottom of this deck, we've got the Four of Cups. So this Four of Cups can talk about a rejection or being made to feel rejected by somebody, being overlooked. As I was just saying with that Five of Pentacles that kind of jumped when I was shuffling, that is, yeah, it's being left ignored by somebody and maybe even being left out in the cold. It can be a feeling of maybe you feel like there's possibly a missed opportunity, or that maybe that is why you're struggling to decide whether to actually just walk away for good from this, because you're wondering if you're going to miss an opportunity if you do so. It could also be this person feeling like they have missed opportunity with you. Let's see what's going on. Oh my goodness, we've got the Seven of Swords behind that. Now, the Seven of Swords is talking about, deception, dishonesty, sneaking around behind someone's back, or just sneaking around full stop, thinking that they're being very clever and they can get, you maybe even pull the wool over somebody's eyes. Now, in terms of combination, I don't love this, I'm not gonna lie, because this Four of Cups is also, this guy is ignoring a very beautiful, real offer that's here in the background because of being distracted, having his eye drawn by shiny offers that hold no real value. So for some of you, I mean, potentially for some of you that maybe have gone through some sort of painful ending to a commitment, it could have been because someone's eye was drawn by someone else and they were sneaking around, maybe messaging somebody, or I don't know. Let's see. I mean, yeah, definitely someone who was sneaky, thought they were being clever, but actually they've just missed something really special because they were too focused on sneaking around, basically. And what a contrast. Behind that we have the Knight of Cups. I mean, the Knight of Cups is someone who's basically in love, but they have a lot of feelings, and their feelings are getting stronger as well. But they're not necessarily, this particular Knight of Cups, the guy is not actually offering his cup. He's just kind of standing there. It's a very sincere love, but it's one that's kind of unexpressed with this particular Knight of Cups. Normally the knights do deliver something or other, but this one, yeah, he's not even moving. So, and the other thing I'm seeing, if it wasn't around someone sneaking about, it could have also been that either you or they never actually expressed their feelings to the other person. Now, it could have been that they ran from it. The Seven of Swords is also kind of the runner energy. Maybe they gave you the cold shoulder and acted disinterested because they are actually running from something. You know what, the phrase that I got was that they played themselves when I saw these first two cards. And it's interesting now that the Knight of Cups is there, because if they really did, or if their feelings have now got stronger, then they certainly did play themselves. But let's carry on. At the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Swords. So yeah, see, I feel like if this is somebody you're dealing with, Aquarius, and they kind of treated you potentially like they were disinterested, or that they had other options, or they weren't being honest with you, this is what I'm saying. It's now weighing heavily on their mind. They may be having sleepless nights about this, and really, you know, the Nine of Swords is anxiously unable to stop thinking about something, like playing over in your head, maybe regrets and decisions that have already been made or things that have been said. So let's see. Wow, the Hermit as well. I mean, the Hermit is spending time alone, going into self-imposed isolation rather than anyone else imposing it on us, and choosing to cut ourselves off from other people, from socializing, etc., to do soul searching, to do a lot of thinking as well. So even to I just heard maybe get guidance from someone. So this person, or you, either of you, could have been asking others for advice, certainly. But in terms of a combination, I just feel like someone has shut themselves away from maybe socializing, or you're going out or enjoying themselves, and has just been thinking non-stop about the other person. And there's that Three of Wands again. So interesting. What a contrast. This was the first card that came out. I feel like maybe someone has been doing a lot of thinking, and now they are really going after what they want. It could be the same person. Actually, they've realized from all this thinking, all this soul searching, and maybe this has been something you've been waiting for them to actually realize and take some action to every step to actually go after the future that they want. So let's go through the spread. How you feel about your person, Aquarius. We have the Tower card, which is Mars, upheaval, destructive energy, and the Knight of Pentacles. So it's an odd combination in terms of energies, because the Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. It is an offer that you wait an age to actually receive. It's someone who can be very hesitant. So, and the Tower is, you know, massive, massive upheaval, shocking change, shocking development. It can also even be a shocking realization or enlightenment moment as well. So I want to get some more on this straight away for you. We're going to do another layer yet, but I mean, this Tower is kind of like something fell apart as well. I mean, even though this particular Tower card, the Tower, I feel like it's more about realizing something that's really shocking, or some sort of shocking development coming up. But the traditional Tower is about a foundation that has crumbled. Now, a situation could have fallen apart with someone because you were waiting for some sort of stable offer to actually arrive. But funnily enough, I'm just getting that. The other thing is that it could be that actually the offer is now coming in, and that is what's shocking to you. Let me get some more, because it's a very weird combination. How they're feeling about you, interestingly, we have a level up from the Knight of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles and the Sun, which is a beautiful way to feel about someone. The Sun is very, it's positive in its happiness, essentially. So they may feel like you are their happiness. Now, the King of Pentacles, you may be dealing with Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. I've also got the Devil later on, so that's more Capricorn energy, but doesn't have to be. The King of Pentacles, it's a sense of a very stable, settled down, kind of committed energy. Now, for some of you, they may feel like you are their King of Pentacles, or they may feel like they want to be that for you, or that's who they are in your life. Like, they feel like they are, if they're embodying this, then they feel very stable. Maybe they feel financially secure, and they feel like they want to actually kind of provide for you as a family. They feel stable. If you've been dealing with someone who wasn't feeling stable in the past, and they certainly do now, the reason I say that as well is because this immediate level up from the Knight to the King of Pentacles. But they also feel like they, how they feel about you with this Sun card here is certainly maybe that you are also very, as I said at the beginning about that Queen of Wands, very magnetic, very, they admire you. They feel like you are quite incredible. When they feel that you are their sun, it's kind of like you just, how can I put this? You illuminate their life is what I'm getting. Maybe they feel like you light up their life, and you bring a lot of happiness to them, and maybe you even make them feel more positive and confident and secure when you spend time together. So how they see you is interesting, because we have the Queen of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. As we had the Queen of Swords at the beginning, and I feel like it was you, Aquarius, and here she is again. So they're seeing you in that Queen of Swords mode of maybe potentially disappointed, maybe hurt, let down by what's gone on so far. They see that you're potentially not speaking to them at the moment, that you're being more, you have your boundaries very set in place with them now, and that they may have annoyed you possibly as well, or let you down. The Queen of Swords is also someone who knows the truth. That's her sword that she's holding, is a sword of truth. But she's not, it's not something she actually needs to communicate about. She just has even found things out. She has learnt a lot of difficult lessons when it comes to love. And so maybe they feel like you have found them out in some way, or seen another side of them, and that has disappointed you. Now with the Three of Pentacles, this is a card of collaboration, working together, getting on, building something together. It can also be, you could actually, for some of you, you could work together, possibly. But if it's not anything about work, it's essentially that they may see that they want to actually work on this with you, but you are quite... you have your wall up to them now. You're quite, as I said, you're done with their bullshit. And maybe that, because I say this because also I feel like in the past you did want to work with them, you did want to build this with them, and now they see you and you're not as open to it, because in the past we have the Three of Pentacles again and the Two of Cups. So that, yeah, I'm not going to just go on about this again too much, but it's that energy was there in the past. You were maybe working on a project together in some way, or certainly it seemed like there was progress being made and that you guys were connecting. It could have even, as I said, you could have actually met at work and then had this very strong connection, but not for everyone. There was planning, there was strategizing, there was just maybe even meeting up and working on some sort of hobby or something together. And there was a very strong connection with this Two of Cups. It's head and heart. It's very strong chemistry, and it's a very strong love. Basically, it's not always necessarily expressed, but you feel it, and the other person feels it as well. Now, the current mutual energy, we have the Hermit, which if I didn't say before, it's card of Virgo, and the Fool. So, I mean, this is exactly, interestingly enough, we just saw that Hermit and then the Three of Wands, and that's really funny because I said at the beginning. There we go, there was the Hermit and the Three of Wands. And I said how the Three of Wands and the Fool was giving me the similar energy right ages ago at the beginning. And now we have the Hermit and the Fool, the Hermit and the Three of Wands. So this is the current mutual energy is after, spending time alone, maybe both of you, doing soul searching, doing a lot of thinking, maybe even getting spiritual guidance or just getting guidance full stop about your next step. What is my next move? Now both of you are essentially primed. You're on the edge of the precipice to basically take a leap of faith towards some sort of new journey, new beginning. Now, what does this person wish would happen in the connection, Aquarius? It couldn't be easy reading today, could it? We've got the Seven of Wands and the Devil. Now, the reason I say that is because in terms of someone wanting what they want to happen in the connection, I mean, the Seven of Wands is someone standing their ground and fighting for something and fighting off any other competition, I would say as well. It is kind of defending their territory, certainly. But the Devil is it's Capricorn energy, but it's kind of like a toxic, codependent, temptation kind of energy. It's not good at all. It's also an obsessive energy too. So I want to get some more about this here, because in terms of what they want to happen in the connection, it may be to actually overcome and have the courage and the capacity to actually overcome and fight off any other toxic element that has been playing on your connection. Maybe if there is some sort of vice or toxicity. It's just interesting because normally I would see another card to kind of overcome some sort of obstacle. So let me get some more before I say too much. Now, what is the block or the challenge, Aquarius? Three of Wands, Five of Cups. I feel like it could go either one of two ways. I'm going to describe both as quickly as I can. Either the block or the challenge is that someone was waiting so flaming long, waiting and being left, and now they are left disappointed to the point that they can only focus on those disappointments, what's gone wrong, and feeling like if I keep waiting for this, if I keep hoping, that my ships will actually come in when it comes to this connection, I'm only going to be left disappointed again. I'm going to regret waiting, and so that could be one thing. The other way I would say it is that with this Three of Wands, the challenge is that now someone has turned their back on this connection, and is focused on only what is in front of them, what is ahead, because of those disappointments, those regrets. Now remember, with the Five of Cups, she has also turned her back on the two of Cups that remain. The Two of Cups. That's been kind of, as I said, it's all of this. It's wanting to make a decision and feeling like to do so you have to basically kind of just stop feeling those feelings that you may have for someone, just kind of compartmentalizing them, if that's the right phrase, so that you can make a decision, because those feelings are kind of influencing your decision. So as a result, the challenge is actually to get any movement in this connection at this point is difficult, because someone has had enough and is focused on trying to leave their feelings behind them. Now, the intentions of your person, Aquarius, we have the Five of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So the Five of Wands is still kind of, we saw it at the beginning, it's still kind of conflict, certainly, and in terms of their intention, it might not be, it might be to offer something to make up for the arguments with that Page of Pentacles. That can be an offer of some sort. It can be a gift. It's certainly, with the Five of Wands, I do see, again, a sense of like fighting off any competition for you. It might be to also deal with the conflict that's going on in their life, if there is some, and to then be able to reach out to you with an offer. Let's get some more with the third layer. Now, what you need to know about their current situation, we have that Page of Pentacles again and the Ace of Swords. So I'm getting that they know your person, their current situation relating to the connection, that is, they know they need to reach out and offer you something. They are very much aware. They are basically in this current moment, they're just thinking about it, and maybe they're thinking about what to say or what to offer that could possibly make things right with you at this point. But they are, they may be, this is the kind of energy of like writing out a message, deleting it, and then trying to write it again, deleting it. So that's kind of what I'm getting. But they know they need to message you or get in touch or offer you something. With this Ace of Swords, that is a realization. It's a massive, it's like an epiphany moment. It's also, with this Ace of Swords, it's like knowing, they know they know a solution to a problem that may have been a problem that was going on or for some time in their life or in your connection. Now they have realized some sort of a way or some sort of answer to solve that, to make it work, I'm getting. And now as a result, they want to reach out to you, and they know they need to. They just are kind of thinking what could possibly be the right way to do it. Now, the action they're going to take towards you next is interesting. We've got the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Swords. So I feel like the action is basically to try and start a new chapter with you. Now, the Ace is the opportunity for a new beginning. It's a beautiful opportunity. It is kind of like a gift from the universe as well, to gift this opportunity between the two of you to have another chance at this. The Ten of Swords is some sort of ending and closure, as I said. So it's almost like the action they're actually going to take is to offer you this beautiful new beginning in love. After that time of soul searching and isolation, taking that leap of faith towards a new beginning, and as a result, kind of maybe providing closure on whatever happened between the two of you so far. The Ten of Swords can also talk about the ending of a very painful situation. It could even be ending something else in their life that needed to, like for example, if they have this like devil energy that they want to actually overcome and to stand up and fight against, some sort of toxicity in their life. I feel like the action they're going to take is actually to put an end to something that needed to end, or provide closure to a situation that was, left hanging in some way or another, or felt like an injustice. Put an end to that, end that chapter, and there's going to be an opportunity for a new beginning in love between the two of you. Obviously, whatever you do with that is completely up to you. But saying that, here's your advice. It's interesting to me. This is a beautiful combination of cards. We have the Empress and the King of Pentacles. But it's interesting because the Empress needs an Emperor. That is her divine partner. Now, I love the King of Pentacles, especially being a Capricorn myself. I always want him to show up if, we've got a Queen of Pentacles situation going on. But the point is that the Empress is on a higher level than the King of Pentacles. I'm not saying that this person is anything, because they feel, remember, how as the King of Pentacles, like they want to offer you that stability and everything. I just mean that I'm not saying they're not good enough, but they may still have some sort of growing to do to actually reach the same level of even, we could say, spiritual awakening or awareness, or embodying higher vibrational energies, let's just say. But other than that, I would say in terms of advice, this is telling me that this person considers you, you know, and as you should as well, as this Empress who is absolutely incredible. She is the divine feminine. I mean, she is the embodiment of all of the queens in one. You cannot beat her. Like, there's no one more exceptional as a feminine energy, or just, you know, the cards are all gender irrelevant, I know, but if someone is out there looking for a feminine, you can't beat the Empress, is what I'm trying to say. She is beauty, love, and it's kind of knowing your worth. Absolutely, Aquarius, know your worth. I mean, and otherwise it's also just like you really knowing that, and having love for yourself is also maybe even energetically, it's helping this person level up and be the King of Pentacles here, and be a loyal, supportive, grounded, committed partner. But it's almost like them recognizing you as this is also the catalyst for them to step up and take on this like committed partner energy. So what's going to be happening between you in the near future? We've got the Strength card of Leo. It's quite a lot of Leo I've seen so far, and the Knight of Wands. So, I mean, the Strength card is can be a lot of inner strength. It can talk about courage, can talk about pride as well. So I was getting the sense that pride or ego may have caused a little bit of conflict so far in this connection. This could also be their intention, is that they want to actually overcome their own inner conflict to be able to reach out to you. And to be fair, the devil can, you know, is certainly talks about the shadow side, and maybe even a toxic element of their own ego that has kept them stuck. So they in terms of what they want in the connection, it may be to actually overcome that. So the Strength card, if I can get back to this, certainly I'm seeing someone gathering their strength. And the Knight of Wands is really going after pursuing desires, going after what they want, and very passionately and courageously, certainly. It's not really like thinking about any repercussions here, it's just going for it. So that is kind of what is happening in the near future. And let me get you one more layer quickly, and then we'll go through one more time. I think I've talked too long in this one, Aquarius. I'm normally at your third layer a little bit earlier. I've been rabbiting on, so let's get your third layer for you. For my Aquarius, please, can we clarify one more time with the top 12 cards? You. Oh yeah, there you go. There's the Emperor. Yep. There's the Queen of Swords again. Okay, this is lovely. Yep. The Fool again. The Tower again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, interesting. Gemini just got that card in the exact same position for what's happening in the near future. But anyway, bottom of the deck, we have this King of Wands. So more Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, very fiery, but doesn't have to be a fire sign you're dealing with. This is just someone who absolutely goes after what they want, very determined, very charismatic, very attracted to who they go after as well, like led by passion, certainly. Behind that we have the Moon, so Pisces energy, but this is kind of a sense of harmony, and it can talk about two people who are quite different, or not necessarily your usual type, but is you work together beautifully in harmony. It could also be that they have been dreaming about you or fantasizing about you. I get with this Moon card. It can be things that it's like a deep emotional connection as well, I would say, with the Moon. Oh, but look at that. We have the Seven of Swords again. So yeah, this person may have been, as I said already, we've seen it, but it may have been sneaky, may have run away, it's also, this particular Seven of Swords is actually getting what you want, but from not taking necessarily the direct route. It's kind of circumventing the, you know, straight A to B way of getting what you want. It's kind of coming in from the side and doing it in a kind of sneaky way. So what an interesting combination. I do feel like there's this very like dreamlike quality with the moon, and they may just be, again, I'm getting a sense of maybe imagining their desires and kind of not scheming, but trying to plan and trying to figure out how they can make their dreams a reality with you. So at the bottom of the deck, oh, we've got the King of Pentacles. Okay, two very different king energies going on here, but the King of Pentacles, we've already seen him twice, so here he is for a third time, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And yeah, I mean, he is the stable, committed partner, absolutely, and wants to provide for his family. Wow, the Two of Cups for a third time, Aquarius. I feel like this was exactly the same position as in the first deck at the bottom here. I think, yeah, this is a strong soul connection, strong love for each other, and a connection that goes beyond words. It's a soulmate, basically, that you've been dealing with here. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. So it's interesting because this Nine of Pentacles is very independent solar energy, but it's also kind of like a lone wolf. So this could have been partly of why they had such internal conflict. It might be why you've been waiting for them for so long, because they are a very independent person. And, you know, I was saying with that Emperor energy at the very beginning, it's kind of someone who is their way or the highway. They, you know, in terms of doing things, I feel like this person may really value doing things how they want to do them, even doing things on their own. But the thing is, the King of Pentacles is completely different energy. This is actually someone who may have been embodying that, but is now ready to be there for somebody else as well, to actually have someone else in their life, especially when it's the Two of Cups. I don't feel like this King of Wands is someone different, to be fair. I was just wondering if this is like two people you might be dealing with, or might have someone else on your radar. Potentially, maybe some of you will do. Maybe someone else is showing you interest, Aquarius, and that may also be a catalyst for this person wanting to fight for you, certainly. But I almost feel like this person, it's all the same person we're looking at here. And this King of Wands it may also be someone who also was more comfortable with a kind of physical, passionate element of relationships. And when it came to, you know, their stability, just being very, you know, alone and independent. And even though they may have fantasized about you, been dreaming about you, again, they may have run away when it came to their emotions about it. So how you feel about them is clarified by the Three of Wands. So yeah, again, as I was saying, when I first saw this, it's kind of fallen apart, if you like, or it's come to sort of some sort of shocking upheaval in terms of the connection. That's how it feels, is because you were just waiting and waiting for this Knight of Pentacles to turn up with an offer. The Three of Wands talks about waiting and waiting. So it's kind of like you may feel like this situation is just whatever foundation that you thought you were building with this person crumbled, and there wasn't actually a secure footing, because then you were just left waiting for an offer to actually arrive. Now, how they feel about you is, interestingly, it's clarified by the Emperor. It's funny because, you know, I was saying with the King of Pentacles and the Empress, the King of Pentacles and the Emperor, but this is also interesting because this Emperor is one who actually doesn't feel worthy of his throne. So that's why he's sitting on the floor, and you see how the throne is essentially cracked, damaged. He's not even wearing his crown, and he is in the lotus position of needing to meditate, to learn, to even do some sort of inner spiritual work to be worthy to sit on their throne. So it is interesting because earlier I was saying how, remember, the Empress needs an emperor, And right now this person is in a very fantastic position as the King of Pentacles, but not quite on the same level as you. That's also how they feel, is coming through very strongly. They may not feel like they're actually good enough for you right now. They do want to offer you a actual committed union and stability, but they don't necessarily feel worthy, and because they feel like you are just so luminous as this sun. And I have to say, you stand head and shoulders above anybody else. Now, how they see you is clarified by the Five of Swords. Yeah, look at this person on the Five of Swords. She's had enough of the bullshit, had enough. She's drawn a line in the sand, and she's really like put her foot down. And this is also talking about no communication with the Five of Swords, silence. You know, they probably see the fact that you were very open to maybe accommodating them, to working with them, very like easygoing. I'm getting in the past, like you would work with them happily, but then you just had enough at this point. So you're not reaching out anymore, you're not contacting them, and they see this change. So what happened in the past is clarified by the Queen of Swords. So interestingly, how they see you now, Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and what happened in the past, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. So two of the same cards in this next position. So that tells me that how they're seeing you now is also kind of what happened in the past. I feel like for some of you this has been going on for a while, and maybe even they know that whatever issues that happened in the past that maybe has made you feel like this is done, this is fallen apart because you've been waiting so long, they're still very aware that the same situation is happening now. But other than that, it's also telling me that in the past, yeah, you guys were working together, you were collaborating, there was a strong connection, maybe even getting stronger between the two of you as you spent more time together. But then here you are, Aquarius, you ended up basically giving up on this idea. And it's also possible that you've been on cycles with this person, because it's kind of like maybe at some point in the past you gave up, and then they got you back on board again, and now you're back in that Queen of Swords energy. So that might be why you're making a decision to actually full on just walk away from this at this point, because maybe this keeps happening. The Queen of Swords here has literally snapped her sword in two. She's looking back reproachfully. She's like giving up on an idea. She's pissed, and she's been very let down. So the current mutual energy, though, is clarified by the Eight of Wands. So this is, after all that soul searching, taking that leap of faith, and what that involves is a lot of communication. I don't feel like you're communicating right now, considering they see you as mute. So this current mutual energy is taking the risk to communicate with each other again. Lots of back and forth messages flying there. Now, what they wish would happen in the connection, this does make more sense now, because it's clarified by the Six of Pentacles, and this Six of Pentacles, you see how this woman is this actually supposed to be like a gentle lady, like an elegant higher upper social kind of class lady visiting a leper colony in the story of the card. And I'm not calling anyone a leper and she's taken one of her gloves off to actually give human touch to these people who are basically, obviously the phrase treated like a leper is because there were people who were treated like this, and she's showing such kindness and generosity and emotional generosity, but this person who's receiving that doesn't feel worthy of it. They don't feel worthy of it because of how they've been treated previously. Now, I feel like that is essentially what we're looking at here with the devil, is that the devil for me can also talk about the inner critic, the voice inside that says you can't do this, you're not good enough. It's a sense of it's fear, it's traumas that have been learnt over time. And I feel like with your person, they maybe have something inside them, and you could say it in a very general way, like insecurities, but it's they basically haven't felt worthy of your love, your kindness, your compassion. That is why they still feel not yet quite good enough to step up and be the emperor you deserve as the empress that they see you as. But what they want to happen is to actually stand up for this, be like, say no to that inner voice, say no to the devil, basically, that's keeping them stuck, keeping them down. Basically accept the fact that, accept your emotional love and kindness. So what is the block or the challenge? Clarified by the High Priestess. So, I mean, essentially silence. It's kind of one of the challenges, as I was saying, looking ahead and trying to leave this behind, you know, focused on the things that have gone wrong, the disappointments. It is an inner knowing, like it's kind of, again, it's the Two of Swords is trying to avoid making a decision, but also, as I was saying, the stalemate of not looking at a situation anymore, trying to ignore it, and you know, trying to cut out any feelings and make a decision based on your gut about whether you're going to get like disappointed again. So I feel that the High Priestess is not necessarily a it's a fantastic card. It's not a bad card, but it does tell me when it comes to a challenge that there's a lot of introspection here, and people like looking down. Two cards, someone's looking down, someone's got their head in their hands, someone's looking away, and not actually looking at each other or communicating with each other. That has been the challenge in this. It might even be not sharing, because the High Priestess really has a lot that she's processing, that she's going through inside, but she keeps it all inside. She doesn't actually speak about it. So it could be a challenge as well, has been that this person hasn't wanted to actually open up and communicate with you, or vice versa. So their intentions towards you, Aquarius, is clarified by the Fool. So I do feel like they want to actually overcome this inner conflict. Maybe, you know, as I said, to kind of fight off any competition that there may be for you as well by making you some sort of offer. Also because they know that otherwise you're going to walk away on a new path. You're going to go and start something new somewhere else. They may already see you again walking away from this after all your efforts. You know, her dress is tattered from, you know, working very hard, and now she's giving up and she's walking on a new path away. So I feel like they, not only do they want to offer you something and to overcome whatever this conflict is within them, to make sure you don't walk away from them, but also to offer you a new beginning together. Because remember, the Fool is also in the current mutual energy. So what you need to know about their current situation is clarified by the Tower. So massive realization, shocking enlightenment, again, with especially when it's paired with that Ace of Swords. They have had some sort of I sometimes feel like saying they've been hit on the head with a lightning bolt from the universe in terms of the realization. It's also the Tower, in terms of their current situation, is something in their life may have crumbled, may have fallen apart. And it was something they thought, if that falls apart, then I'm done. I don't know what I could do. That may be why they weren't ready for you in the past, or they felt like there was some sort of block or challenge that meant that they couldn't reach out to you. But right now they have actually overcome it. They have adapted. They have actually come out of whatever that breaking apart was even stronger. And now they have a new understanding as a result, and now they know they are ready, and they have all the information they need, and they are strong enough to reach out to you. They're just thinking like how to do it. And the action they're going to take towards you next is clarified beautifully by the Four of Wands. Now this isn't just an offer of a new beginning in love. This is moving towards union. And it's funny because I saw that Three of Wands in the Hierophant, and I was like, maybe it's too preemptive to say they want a higher level of commitment with you. This person is like taking every step towards that. Well, the Four of Wands definitely speaks about union and high levels of commitment. It can be marriage, celebration. It's definitely wanting to close out painful chapter, have a beautiful new one with you, and one that is going to involve celebrating together as a couple. It doesn't have to be marriage, it's just being together and enjoying life as in union. And that is the action they're going to take towards you next, Aquarius, which is pretty amazing. Now, your advice is clarified by the Ace of Wands, another ace. This is passion, action. This is something actually happening, taking action. I do feel like your advice is that you just need to keep embodying that Empress energy, but it's also to bear in mind that I was saying about the disparity between the energy levels of these two cards, is maybe to not completely, although it's great to like own your power again, to like know your worth, absolutely, but just be careful not to know it so much, you know, or to overcompensate the other way. Like if you felt like you weren't knowing your worth enough, then sometimes we can overcompensate, and as a result kind of put ourselves so high up that someone very special can no longer reach us, but that we end up, you know, reflecting on later and possibly regretting. So I hope that makes sense. It's just to advise you that there is a passionate an opportunity for a new beginning with this person coming. Definitely continue to know your worth and embody the Empress, which is love, kindness, abundance, success, and beauty. And I think you already do, but you know, just keep doing that, and they are leveling up to have this new beginning with you. Now, what's going to be happening between you in the near future is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. So this Five of Pentacles can talk about, you know, being out in the cold, things in life, in money and in security, maybe wanting things to get better. But as I just said to Gemini, because this is exactly where it came up for them too, this is actually two people together, joining together to work through the challenge, and you're not doing it on your own anymore. You're actually, you're both having faith as well that things can improve, and you are supporting each other, not like that Five of Pentacles that fell out when I was shuffling this deck, where the little girl is sat on her own in that card. So it's no longer that. This is actually two people in it together. Yeah, maybe even having the courage and the strength to overcome some sort of pride that was possibly stopping this in the past. But again, it's someone now, it's the two of you coming back together, and praying and wishing and supporting each other in a time where it might be a little bit tricky, but things are going to be getting better, and it's going to be getting better with the two of you together, I see, in the near future. So, oh lordy, I need a drink. I'm so thirsty now. So I hope you enjoyed that mega long video as always. Oh my goodness, at some point I need to shorten this, but I hope you enjoyed it, Aquarius. Do leave me a comment if it resonated or if you enjoyed it, and do hit the like button. That'd be amazing, and I'll do a bonus love reading for whichever sign gets the most likes. Subscribe if you haven't already. Just a huge thank you for all your support. I wish you an amazing April, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks, Aquarius. Bye.